Alright, as we left off, we were heading down a corridor that is roughly oval in shape, lined with rocks, glowing mushrooms, and a lot of dirt and roots sticking into it. And had my owl proceeding a little bit further ahead, and as it reached the end of the T-junction that is covered in about a 6-inch layer of mist, she noticed to the south a large, hunched humanoid creature was barely, well, it actually can't stand up straight in this tunnel, heading in our direction. She hopped back initially, informing me mentally that this thing is coming. We started to backpedal a little bit as this creature reached the corner and has reached out two very long arms towards us with like roots on the end of it, like fingers trying to grasp towards us. And that's where we left off.
Knowing this was coming, I suggested that we back up. And if at all possible, I'm hoping to get behind the previous statue that we just killed.
All right. As you backpedal and try to get behind the other creature, an interesting thing happens. It's standing right at the crossroads of the T-junction, with its arms extended, hunched over, and obviously intent upon us. You back up enough, a little bit. Its arms drop down. It turns and starts heading north.
All right, that was unexpected, I say.
Yeah. It appeared to lose interest.
Or lose track of me.
One or the other.
Yeah. All right, that's not normal behavior.
When's the last plant/earth mud rock monster that you have a pattern of behavior to base this upon?
That one, back there, that killed my cat.
True enough.
I'm just going to pick up a stone that's off the ground, because you said there were plenty of those.
You have no trouble finding a stone, you just pluck them out of the wall.
And chuck it down the corridor, see what happens.
Alright, it is at this point not in sight. It has moved to the north, around the, well, basically from our point of view, the corner of the T-junction. Roll a dex check, please, to see how well this goes.
16. Much better.
Alright. You throw the rock, it goes straight down the corridor, bounces off the far wall, rolls on the floor. Disturbing the mist. You can still hear the creature moving north.
So it's moving away from us.
Yes.
Would you mind having your owl check just to make sure it is going that way? And not just lying in wait for us around that bend?
Alright. Owl proceeds to the... Are we staying where we are?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to hang on your shoulder for a sec, and I'm going to go into my owl senses. It hop flaps towards the junction, and then is going to have a look north. Alright, in the northerly direction, we have a corridor that heads north for, well, my owl has very good vision, so 60, 70 feet. And then ends in a T-junction. And about 40 feet before it ends, there is a corridor heading east. The creature is about halfway through this, just passing that easterly bend. And it's still heading north. I inform you of this.
Okay. Yeah. So assuming you've popped back up now?
No, I'm still going to watch it for a minute until you decide what we're going to do. So.
Well, I cannot speak to you while you're near familiars.
I can hear you through the familiars.
All right.
He's only 30 feet away. And it has excellent hearing. It may be a little surreal listening this way, but I know what you're saying.
I'm going to say aloud, well, this is non-hostile behavior. Perhaps we don't have to fight it.
A few moments go by. It reaches the end of the tunnel, where the T is, turns around, and starts heading south again.
Oh. On the other hand, it may just have a patrol.
It is heading south. It's not moving as fast as you and I would walking. It seems to be a bit slower. It's hunched over. It's having a bit of difficulty navigating this corridor.
I say, quickly, have your owl investigate what's down the way it came.
Turn my head the other way. All right. All right. Checking south. Mm-hmm. The corridor heads south for about 20 feet, and it seems to open up a little bit wider, and then you can't really see much on the two sides, but then you can see the tunnel continues afterwards, and there seem to be some branches down there as well.
Well, I cannot see. I assume you're just relating this to me.
Yeah, I'm telling you what's going on down there. It widens open, and it's hard to tell what's happening there, but the tunnel itself, that this passage does seem to continue, and there also seems to be other branches down that direction. And then after that brief glance, I have my owl turn its head the other way, and the creature is heading towards her.
All right. Well, if this thing is patrolling, I say, unsummon your familiar. And like I say, we wait till it goes and passes back the way it's going, and then we head towards that area that's more open.
It is heading towards that area now.
Yes, but I'm going to see it. We're going to wait and see if it comes back.
All right. So I have my owl pop out into the fairy realm, and the plant monster. We have not moved forward ourselves.
Nope.
It heads by and heads down southwards towards where I had described that stuff.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Let's wait a few moments to see if it comes back, I say.
Alright, so we wait a little bit longer this time. And we do hear it coming back. And we wait a little longer, and it does pass by us, and it heads north.
Okay, I'm just going to wait a few, like, a round or two more.
Yep.
And I suggest we quickly head down that passageway to the more open area.
Alright, so you want to head south.
Yes.
I'll pop my owl back into existence and be 5 feet ahead of us, has a quick look to the north, and after like a couple rounds, like I said, it has pretty much reached almost the end of its northerly route. And then we'll be turning south again shortly.
Okay, there was a path off of there, you said, though.
Yes, there's a path heading, two paths. Now, there's a T-junction where it ends. So that heads east and west. And before that, about 30 feet before that, there is a tunnel heading east.
Yes, but by sounds of it, that just heads back into the areas we've probably been for the most part.
No, the T-junction, heading the west part of that T-junction heads back the way we came. The east part is new territory, and so is that little branch that heads east. We've been coming from the west.
Yes. Well, that opened area sounds promising, so I think we should head that way.
All right. So we head up to the edge of the corridor, and indeed, you can see that it is now turned, and it's heading south. Not quickly, and it is not responding to our presence.
Okay.
We head south. This is what happens subtly. Go about 20 feet, and then there's a little alcove to the west, which is our right at this point. And then there seems to be a larger dugout area here, about 20 by 20 roughly, because it's not brick and mortar. I think it is just roughly dug out. It seems to be a bit taller here as well. And there is a corridor that continues south, and there's an immediate branch to the west. And to the east, there is another corridor which immediately turns north.
All right. That is very complicated. So I
Yes.
think we should head out into the open area just to try and get away from this thing at the moment.
The open area is, like I said, is a little bit broader. There does seem to be a bit of an alcove, almost tunnel to about 10 feet deep, immediately to our west, which is our right. And then on the opposite side, there is a quickly turning tunnel heading north. And of course, the tunnel heads south out of this as well.
I will take a look down that small alcove to see what's there. But we'll go by.
Roll a perception check.
11.
You don't really notice anything in particular.
Okay.
The creature behind us is now at that easterly passageway.
Okay. I want to head as far down into this open area as I can to try and get away from that thing before, and we'll see
It is
what
only
happens.
about roughly 20 feet. And it is a lot taller in here now. You can actually stand up. You've been kind of hunched over for the last little while yourself, so
Yeah.
it is now much taller in here, over 10 feet for sure.
Yeah.
And you can stand up quite easily.
So apart from the short alcove, there are 2 other ways out of this room?
Yes, there is an immediate northerly passageway and one heading south. The one heading south has an immediate branch to the west, and then you also see further down more branches heading east and west.
Still a maze. Alright. Well, north and east is the direction we want to be heading in, so I'm just going to quickly head down that, just into that north passage.
Alright,
Just in
so
case this thing comes into this room.
you head about 20 feet to the east, and it immediately turns north. And the thing you notice differently about this particular section is it has a slight slant upwards,
Ah, that might be a good sign.
and there is mist pouring down it.
Okay, this might be a good sign. This might be a very bad sign, I say to you.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Natural 20.
You're certain that the sound of the creature is now passing the corridor that we entered into here this for. So that where that creature we killed was, it's passing by that tunnel now.
Okay. So it might
It
come
is.
into this area.
Yeah. Our options at this point are getting kind of limited.
Yeah.
We could run out of here and possibly head south, or we can continue up this bit of a slope to the north.
I want to continue up a little bit, but just mostly to get away from the passage into here at the moment. I want to see just how far this thing will come into this open space
All right.
before we come to a decision.
It only goes about 20 feet before it starts to turn, and then it is about the end of the passageway is about 30 feet up. How far do you want to go?
Just 10 feet.
All right, so you pull yourself 10 feet up.
Yeah.
So you're about halfway through this northern passageway,
Yeah.
and you notice as it goes by, this creature enters into this large open area,
Oh, it does come in.
stretches up, literally. I guess it doesn't like being hunched over anymore than you. It pretty much fills this area, and then it hunches back down and continues south.
Okay, it does have a set patrol. Alright, so having seen that, I'm just going to look down this passage. I'm going to try and use as much reach with my light cantrip, the range of its light, as I can see, and just see what's down here.
Which direction?
Oh, this passage we're in, it forks again?
No, it heads north. Sorry. It goes north about another 10, 15 feet, and then turns to the east. So you can actually see the end of this corridor.
Okay.
You rolled a 20 on your perception check?
Yes.
One thing you would have noticed, there's a slight difference in this corridor, besides the fact it seems to slope up a little bit. It is more round, less in the way of obstacles protruding from it, and no glowing mushrooms.
Okay. Does this look more artificial? than the rest of the structure, or does it still look like natural rock?
It seems a little bit more uniform, but it's definitely still the same materials.
I say, all right, this could either be a trap, or this could be a way out of here.
Yeah.
Or a way further into this maze.
Yes.
Would you mind sending your owl up there to take a look just down that passage to see?
All right. My owl hops down and up the passage about another 10, 15 feet and looks to the east. She sees a sloping corridor that continues up with mist pouring down it, and it is, again, still a little bit more round. And there are two passageways that branch off of this, both heading south. One's about 10, 15 feet ahead, and the other one's about another 10, 15 feet beyond that. And then this corridor ends.
All right, I say south is not necessarily the direction we want to go in. So that heads back in the direction we've come from, basically.
No, it's heading away from us. West is the direction we have come from in general.
Yeah.
East is the new direction, and south.
Yes, but then it turns south, which is this is a northern passage. So
Yeah, you head north,
yeah.
then it turns east, and there's passages heading back south.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I still think this is our best bet. Let's see where this goes.
All right. We enter the corridor, and you hear that cackling laughter.
That might not be a good sign.
And
or it could be a double bluff.
Could be double bluff. And in true Indiana Jones style, a boulder starts rolling towards us from the end of the tunnel.
All right.
I want to roll two things. One is a dex check, and the other is a wisdom check, please.
Well, the dexterity check was a 5.
Okay.
But the wisdom is a 19.
All right. This is what happens. Hold on a sec. Oh, really? Hold on a sec. I gotta double check that. Yep, that's what it does, all right. This is what happens. We walk about 10, 15 feet, or getting to the point where we're going to turn to the south, or look south at least, I should say. The boulder just starts rolling towards us. You unfortunately trip over a protuberance that you didn't notice in the mist, and the boulder rolls over you. But you notice
that I'm not dead.
What?
That I'm not dead.
First off, that you're not dead. You do take 6 points of damage. Psychic damage.
Illusions, I say aloud.
Well, it's kind of muffled because there's a boulder rolling over and you have your face in the mud. And you don't get to see this because it is rolling over you. But when it reaches the end of the corridor that I've already gone around, it bursts into a shower of dust and rocks and is gone. And as you lift yourself out of the dirt, saying ouch, you notice there is a boulder at the top of this corridor that is starting to roll towards you. You have two choices. Head where I am or head south.
I'm going to go south.
You don't have time to look in either direction. You have to pick one and then roll a dex check for me, please.
I'm going to go south.
All right.
15.
All right. You easily sidestep into that passage as the boulder rolls by you.
Yeah.
And this time you do see it burst as it reaches the end of the corridor. Okay.
So the fact I took psychic damage from this and my background in magic, is that enough to tell me that this is likely an illusion of some sort?
Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
Total of 20.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's an illusion.
But an illusion that hurts. I'm saying this. I say aloud.
You all right up there?
I've been better, but I was not crushed to death by a giant boulder.
Yes.
I said, it's an illusion, but one that can cause pain.
All right. All right. This corridor, I assume you're going to have a look at it, heading south.
Yeah.
It heads south for about 50, 60 feet, and it ends in a T-junction heading east and west. You do notice, and it is obvious because I'm not getting you to roll for it, these rather thick cords are stretched from wall to wall just above the mist. Well, some of them are just a bit below, but you notice these ropes, basically, along the floor every few feet, heading from wall to wall, and there's quite a few of them.
Okay.
But they're really obvious.
So not tripwires. Well, they're not wires.
They're not wires.
No. I'm going to wait until you join me for a moment.
I gotta do that, do I?
Do you want to?
Alright, fine. The second I step into the corridor, the boulder appears and starts rolling down. I rolled a 1. Apparently I am tripping over the same spot you tripped over.
Wisdom saving throw?
Oh, that really hurts. Yes, I take 5 points of psychic damage.
That's less than I took.
Yeah, it still hurts.
Yeah.
And I join you in the corridor.
I'm looking down at these obvious ropes. I say, well, this could be a problem. This is a more obvious trap is not necessarily a less dangerous one.
Yeah, I just took her 5 points of damage from a rock that I knew was an illusion. So yeah.
Could you use your mage hand to try pulling on these ropes to see what happens?
Alright. I use a cantrip called Mage Hand, and I have it go out and I grab one of the ropes and pull it. The second I pull the rope, there is a blast of... feels like air, but the actual response is more like force. It launches us out of this little corridor right at the end, so it's not very far. We pile up into the side of the corridor. I want you to roll a dexterity check to see if you stay on your feet.
We're being blown back into the
boulder corridor.
Good. 11.
You and I both fall down. Now I want you to roll a dex check, and the DC is a lot higher because we have to get up and get out of the way of this boulder. Do you want to head back into the passageway with the ropes, or do you want to head back down and around the corner? Your choice.
Let's go back into the corridor that we just were blown out of.
All right.
Something tells me that that's important. Oh, 16.
All right, you managed to get up and back of the corridor. I did not. I am now at the end of the corridor, and I take 4 more points of psychic damage. Oh, I'm loving my own traps.
Yeah, this place hates you.
Yeah. So I'm back in the original north-south corridor, about 15 feet away from you.
Yeah. You're at the hit point total that we started at.
What?
When we first started playing.
Oh, yeah, we've taken a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Well, I've taken 9 points of damage, and you've taken 13 total.
I thought you. Yes, from this. You took damage before. You took 7 from the gelatin thing.
Oh, not write that down.
Yeah.
My bad.
I think you're at 10 hit points.
I took 7 initially? Oh, from the jelly cube. That's right. My bad. 14, 21. I've taken a total of 21 points of damage.
Oh, my count was off.
Yeah.
You're at 5 hit points.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down for a minute and drink a healing potion. My only one.
The only one? Yeah, I have 2 on me.
I gained back 7 hit points. 21. So I am down 14 at this point.
You're at 12, yeah. I say, well, this is not necessarily the easiest trap to bypass.
No, I'm just sitting down here for a moment, relaxing. Catch my breath.
I'm going to, without trying to disturb the ropes, I'm just going to look down this corridor, this passage with all these ropes in.
Okay, you see the ropes. They're staggered. They're all, as far as you know, slightly above the mist. And it goes for 50, 60 feet and ends in a T-junction heading east and west. And by the way, I keep forgetting, but every time something happens to us, like getting rolled over by a boulder,
yeah, the idiot laughs.
Rope, you get the laugh.
Alright, we headed up though, so I think we're getting further out of this.
The corridor standing in currently is horizontal.
Yes, but we did come up.
You came up about a total of about 5-6 feet, yes.
How far was, did we come down initially? How far was the drop, do I know?
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, my luck is finally rolling out. 10!
I'm not sure. More than what we've just come back up.
Yeah. Alright. I say, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, we have 2 choices. I'm sorry, we have 3 choices. We can investigate on my side, heading towards the south. Or we can investigate the tunnel you're currently in, and I can rejoin you, hopefully not getting run over by a boulder again. Or, if we're really in a spirited mood, we can go into the corridor, head a little bit further north, and head south on the other corridor that's further east of from where you are.
You think that might be a better way to go?
Who knows? It's a maze.
Yes, it is.
It could be better. It could be worse.
It could.
You could be heading it completely the wrong way.
Well, I am closer than you are, I say.
Closer to what?
That other path.
Oh, the other one, yes.
So I might be able to make it there and find out what it is.
Alright, hold on a sec.
See, me knowing this is an illusion did not help at all. We both took the psychic damage.
I have a suggestion.
Alright.
If you want to head to that other corridor that's further east than you, I suggest you step into the corridor, wait for the boulder to form, step back into the corridor that you just exited, wait for it to go by, and then head around.
Yeah. That's a good plan. I'm going to...
A bit more time.
Yeah. I'm going to try doing that.
Alright. Roll the next check, please.
11.
Alright. You step into the corridor.
Yeah.
You step back quite easily.
Yeah.
And as it goes by, you step into the corridor, turn head up, and you failed the dex check.
On what?
The new boulder that's formed and is heading towards you.
Oh, so that plan did not work.
No. You get hit by a boulder.
Oh, joy.
For 5 more points of psychic damage.
Ah!
And now you are where I am.
Oh, it forces me back.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm going to move over to where you are because I'm in the single digits for hit points now.
I suggest you take a healing potion. And there's a nice cackling laughter.
I was going to suggest a short rest, except I'm not sure I want to in here. Alright, where is my healing potions? Yep. Alright! So I'm going to take one of the 2 healing potions I have.
Alright. Which leaves us a total of 1 healing potion.
Yes.
You know what the funny thing is? Before we started this scenario, I was thinking I was going to put together another healing potion during our first rest. I didn't.
Oh, wait. That's 3D. That's 3D4. That's 2D4.
Yeah, just 2.
There, roll those. Okay. So, I gain 7 hit points back.
So,
16. Not bad.
you're down 11 hit points. I'm down 14.
I'm down 10.
Did I mess that up? 6. You took 7, 6, and 5. Oh, you're down 11.
Okay.
Alright. We're sitting in the corridor now. Together.
Alright, that plan did not work. Another boulder formed.
Yes. I actually kind of like your suggestion. Possibly taking a short rest. I'm not sure how well that'll work out. But it is a possibility. And then we need to decide whether to continue this avenue of heading up and trying to go down that corridor and south. Or, again, of course, exploring the rest of the stuff.
Okay, so we're going to try taking a short rest.
You want to?
It's a good idea,
All
I
right.
think.
All right. Short rest it is. Nothing seems to happen to us during our short rest.
Okay.
You get to do your arcane recovery.
Yeah, I'm going to regain a 2nd level spell slot because it's half level rounded up, so it's 2.
I am not going to take any chances, and I am going to my 3 die.
I'm going to roll 2 hit dice. Do I want to? I'm down 11, so... Yeah. I'm going to roll 2 hit dice.
All right.
3, 3, plus 4, I gain 10 hit points back.
Oh, that's right. We got a constitution bonus in that, too. I forgot.
I'm only down 1 hit point.
I was going to be down 4, but that was my constitution bonus. I am even. So what are you at? You're down 1, you said?
I'm at 25, yeah.
You're down 1. All right. And you get a spell slot back. I will recover my first level spell slot.
You can recover up to 2 now.
Oh. All right.
Because it's half your level rounded up.
Yes. I've been firing firebolts and a magic missile, so I'm fine.
I got my 2nd level spell slot back.
Yeah. Okay. We are relatively recovered.
Yes, I feel more comfortable continuing now.
And that continuation will be in what direction?
That's a good question. The fact that these boulders seem to come ad nauseum seems to imply that there is something important behind there.
All right. You want to head east?
Heading down the corridor that the boulders are coming down to that further one. Yeah, I think that's probably the best option. Given that I've seen the path down there, I think I could make it there if I used my Misty Step spell to try and teleport there? Bearing in mind I do have to technically see where I'm arriving at.
Alright. You can't Misty Step all the way there. It's too far.
No. But if I were to...
just too far.
Just too far.
If you step in the corridor,
yeah.
take about 2 or 3 steps towards the boulder, and then you can Misty Step the rest of the way.
Is that to the one past it? The far one?
Yes.
Okay, that helps me. It does not help you.
If I cast Expeditious Retreat,
yeah,
it will make my Dex check DC go lower.
Okay. I'm going to give this a try first, because there's no point in risking both of us.
Alright. I want you to step in the corridor.
Yep.
I want you to roll a Dex saving throw. Don't roll really, really low. Because it's not much of a check. You're just going to take a few steps. But if you roll a 1, you're going to get run over.
I did not roll a 1.
Did you roll a 2?
That's a total of 3.
I had set the DC at, natural 1, so that's fine. This is an easy thing to do. You do stumble, but you are, you're a wizard. You cast a spell.
And then I'm briefly surrounded by a blue and silver mist, and I teleport 30 feet into that other section.
Yep.
So what do I see when I arrive there?
Alright. You see a corridor heading south. It is also filled with mist. Oh, well, the 6 inches. And it heads south about 20 feet, and you see a corridor that heads east. And then this corridor heads down to a T-junction about another 30, 40 feet down.
But none of all the obvious ropes.
No ropes at all that you can see. You can roll a perception check if you want to be doubly sure.
I will. 7.
You see none?
I say, okay, this way looks like it might be a good way to go. I say it to you.
Alright. I will cast Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah.
And speed up this corridor. Come on, dice. Be nice to me. Finally a good number. Total of 17. Easily beating the DC, and I join you.
Yeah.
For the next minute, I'm speedy.
Yes.
Alright, so we have a corridor. Like I said, we're standing at almost immediately, about less than 10 feet. There's a corridor heading north, and this continues south to a T-junction, so it heads east, it heads west, and it heads south from there.
Alright. Sorry, can you repeat the directions again?
Step forward 10 feet.
Yep.
Alright, there's a corridor heading east. Immediately turn south. Ahead of you, about another 30 feet down, is a T-junction in all the cardinal directions. Sorry, crossroad, my bad.
Okay. Well, I say, would you mind having your owl go down to that cross section down there and see if there's any...
What about the one to our east?
Well, we have to check them once at a time anyway.
Alright, so you don't want to check the one right beside us. You want me to head down to the crossroads and have a look down there for
after.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, she goes down to the crossroads. Alright, I report to you that there is a short corridor heading about 20 feet east, and a longer corridor heading west that connects up to that other passage with all the ropes in it.
Not that way.
You assume. And then this corridor that we're in continues south for another 30 feet, and then turns east.
Okay. As far as we're aware, we still want to head east, but that's hard to. That's our goal, but it's hard to tell if that's the right thing to do in this maze or not.
You don't know.
No.
You don't know where the exit is.
No. Well, I think we should avoid the corridor with the ropes, because that's probably just going to throw us back into the section we just escaped from.
Alright.
Alright, knowing that, I am going to ask you to send your familiar down the other passage now just to see what's there.
Alright, the one that right beside them, you mean?
Yeah.
Alright. She hop flaps down and looks south. It immediately ends about 10 feet away, but there is... She's on the ground, so she can't really see. There's some sort of platform rising well above her head. About 4 feet-ish.
Okay. I'm going to go down to where she is standing and just look around the corner, just get a better look at what's down there.
Right. At your height,
Yep.
it's easy to see. There is a square stone, almost like a box. There is a platform there, and sitting on it is a really, really ornate wooden box that seems to have a very complicated, one of those slidey puzzles on the top of it. Because you can see there's like a square pattern of them. There's also little grooves you can see. And it seems to be something that it is of exquisite make.
Well, like 100% do not trust this. I am just going to... So the path up to this looks clear?
You've already walked it. There's just... Literally, you can reach out, you can touch this square platform.
Okay, I just
You have to step forward about 3 or 4 feet before you can actually touch the box itself, which is sitting in the middle of it.
Okay. I just want to investigate the path up to this area and just make sure there's no traps.
Your staff, you mean?
Yeah.
Or, alright, yeah, poke away.
This is not going well. 10.
You don't seem to trigger anything. Nothing happens. It's odd because this stone is sitting in all that earth and rock and stuff you've been getting used to, let's say.
I'm just going to have you... well, you obviously know what's here.
Yeah, I'm going to join you.
Yeah. Well, do you think it's worth using your mage hand to try and pick up that box and move it? Or do you think this is just way too obviously a trap?
Well, I suspect, considering our experiences here so far, that this is not something obvious. So, it's either a trap, it could be a puzzle. It looks like a puzzle.
Yes.
But that is up to you. I don't know. I can mage hand it if you want. Try and lift it up.
Yeah, let's try that first, with us safely around the corner.
Well, I have to see it.
You could have your unseen servant, summon an unseen servant instead.
So you want me to look through my unseen servant? Yeah. I still have to see it. I can give it the instructions, but I have to say, go do that. And then I don't have unseen servant prepared, so you have to take 10 minutes for me to ritual cast it.
Well, what do you think of those options then?
Either way, I have to see it, so... Mage hand's faster.
Okay.
Alright, cast Mage Hand. Reach out with my Phantom Hand to grab the box. It doesn't move.
Okay, it's affixed.
Now, as soon as my Mage Hand makes contact with the box, there's a center section of this pillar or whatever. The box is now, with a grinding stone sound, sinking.
I say, so a trap of some sort.
Possibly. Now you
What?
want to run?
What?
You want to run? Or you want to...
Are we in? Well, we're not in any immediate danger.
Nothing's happening, yeah. It's just sinking.
It's sinking, so... That seems like that seems like the bait for a trap. I think we should err on the side of caution and avoid that.
Alright, so you just... While you're discussing this,
Yeah.
the thing drops down out of sight, and then a lid closes over it.
We may just have lost some treasure, but it's better than losing an arm.
Alright.
Right. So, I think the crossroads up ahead is the best way to go.
Alright, so we go back into the main corridor heading north-south,
Yeah.
and we head down to the crossroads. And when we get to the crossroads,
Yeah.
indeed the one to the west hooks up with the rope section.
Alright.
The one that heads east, there doesn't seem to be anything there at all. And as we look south, a apparition appears. It is a black-robed individual with its hands in its sleeves. It has cat's glowing eyes and two fangs heading down. And it bows and disappears.
Without laughing this time.
No laughter.
Okay. So what's down the corridor that way?
It goes about 30 feet and turns east.
I say. Alright. Absolutely nothing about this entity makes me trust it so far.
What? It's done nothing but be nice to us.
Alright. So, the way we came, there's nothing. We're definitely avoiding the room with all the ropes.
Yeah.
I think it's time that we ask your familiar to do one more favor for us and check down these two passageways.
Oh, there's only one passageway.
Oh.
It heads down south for 30 feet
And then turns.
and then turns east.
Alright. Well, I think your owl should just take one quick look down there before you proceed.
Alright. Down and looks to the east and it slants up and I report that I see daylight.
So either this is another illusion, another trap, or it's the way out.
Those are pretty much the options.
Either way, everything tells us this is the best option we've had so far. So I think
Well, it is definitely one I would check out before you think, nah, that can't be the way. It's too obvious.
Yeah. So I think we should try and head that way first.
All right. We head down to the corridor. We look to the east. We do see a slanting corridor heading up. It is mist-free, and as it proceeds, there's fewer and fewer of the glowing mushrooms. And we indeed do see sunlight.
All right. I say. Well, let us continue to proceed with caution because I'm just going to... Actually, I just want to investigate this path just to make sure there are no more traps.
All right, go for it.
Do I have your assistance?
Of course.
Okay, it's good I do. 19.
As you poke along and check as we head up,
Yeah.
you find no traps, you trip no traps, and we do indeed step out into a sunny day. The clouds have passed. The grass is waving. Which is one thing you notice. The grass is not mown down here.
It was all an illusion.
And you hear a cackling laughter. And as you turn around to look,
Yeah.
sitting up in the branches of the tree is our little buddy with his arms stuck in his sleeves. And he's just dangling, I assume, is a foot, rocking it back and forth. He hops down, doesn't seem to fall at normal gravitational fall, lands on the ground, the first time he pulls something out of his sleeve, it is a large box. Well, not large really, but this large. It is quite intricately carved, like it's beautiful. He sets it down on the ground, sticks his hands back in his sleeves, gives his little bow, he disappears.
Is it this look? Does this box look
The
like?
hill, oh, we're not done yet.
Okay.
The hill disappears. The tree disappears. We are in the middle of a nice open space with lots of grass. There's not millions of buffalo here. And most importantly, there's no large saber-toothed cat.
Are there any buffalo here?
I won't have you roll for it. You don't really see anything. If you looked long enough and hard enough and had my wildflower on, I could probably spot some deer, maybe a few horses. But definitely no millions of buffalo.
Yeah, the first thought that came to mind was that was an illusion. That was a little too...
Fair amount of illusions in there.
Yeah. A million buffalo is a little too good to be true, I think.
Well, if we were in the Great Plains during the 16, 17, 1800s, there are herds that are massive, in the millions. But, you know, I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
You have, at your feet, a rather intricate box.
Is this the same box that we saw?
No.
Okay. Well, this could just be another trick, or it could not be. Let's find out. I'm going to go and open the box.
There's no obvious ways of opening this. Would you like to investigate it?
Yes.
Roll a straight intelligence check. Add your intelligence modifier. And I can't give you assistance with this. You have to do it yourself.
Okay. 8.
You have no idea how to open this thing.
I'm going to pass it to you. Says maybe you can figure out how to open this. I can't seem to make heads or tails of it.
Oh, I have no idea how to open this either. So,
Just seems to be... Sorry?
You have a box.
I have a box. I'm going to... I'm going to spend 10 minutes in ritual cast detect magic on this.
Alright, we're in the middle of a field. Go for it.
Okay.
It is indeed magical. Quite a strong magic. Tool is abjuration.
Okay, so...
Coming from the box itself.
So the box is... So the box is warded then, I guess?
Oh, there is a strong enchantment on this box.
Well, it's magical, I say. You could attempt to identify it.
Oh, you want to spend another 10 minutes out here? Why not? I spend 10 minutes and cast Identify on it.
Yeah.
It is a puzzle box.
Okay. A magical puzzle box.
It requires something that we are currently missing. The trigger for opening it is unknown to me. But there is a way of opening it. And I assume that it takes something that we haven't figured out yet.
Okay. Well, I assume we cannot just keep rolling to try and figure out how to open this, so...
That is one thing that the Identify has given me. It is extremely difficult to open up, and you can check once per day.
Okay.
You can attempt once per day.
Okay. Well, I suggest we just take it with us then.
Alright. And with that, we head to the real trees, which are off to the east. We're going to head northeast now because we don't have any buffalo to watch out for or any cow pies. And we head to the next group of trees. One thing we noticed, though, is a good chunk of the day has gone by. It is approaching evening, and we indeed do need to, when we reach the trees, set up another camp.
Okay.
I would like you to roll a survival check, please, for camp number 2. You are famished, so for some reason the time was different.
Yeah, fairy tunnels, sometimes you...
You're very, very hungry.
Yeah.
Mark off 2 more meals, because you're probably going to want to eat a little extra.
Yeah.
And I would like that survival check, please.
Alright. Just one roll?
You can have advantage.
Okay. Natural 20.
Oh, last night's camp was a piece of crap compared to tonight's
Well,
camp.
technically it was higher. Well, it wasn't, because...
Technically,
23.
this will withstand hurricanes and thunderstorms, and it's a lovely, beautiful day.
Yeah. This thing will stand the test of time, and people will come by and wonder why it's in the middle of it.
In the middle of nowhere, this mansion was built and abandoned for some reason. And that brings us to the end of tonight's scenario.
Okay. Well, that was interesting, nerve-wracking, enjoyable, but it was just...
It is the first of our level 3 adventures.
That maze was tricky.
Yeah, you missed a good chunk of it. You just beeline for the exit.
Yep. That unfortunately happens when you... that's unfortunately a first instinct when you end up trapped somewhere.
End up trapped somewhere where people have gone crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, the last party that went in there, well, you saw the last member of that party and how well they did.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was apparently a bit shorter than it normally would be, but that can happen sometimes.
Yes. I could say you can go back in, but you can't because it's not there anymore.
I cannot. Hopefully we'll find out what's inside that puzzle box in the later episode, and we hope you enjoyed this, and we hope to see you again here next time. Please remember to like and subscribe, and that'll be all for then.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone.